Gambling has proven to be a harmful habit that many individuals get addicted to and often waste much of their income and time on. It is for these reasons why minors are prohibited by law from gambling. Just like drugs or any other addictive habit, children often don't know what is best for themselves and act on impulse. They can develop harmful behaviors very easily early on in life and set them on course for a destructive lifestyle. Preventing kids from entering casinos is generally very easy, as there are physical barriers. However, today's children can gamble without ever having to step foot into a casino. Many online games and websites aimed towards children promote the use of loot boxes. The term loot box refers to a digital box that is purchased and then will provide digital or in some cases real rewards. These games and websites exploit impressionable children into purchasing these loot boxes over and over, thinking they will have a chance of winning whatever is being advertised. It is immoral to exploit children in such a way, as it puts them at risk for becoming addicted to gambling later in life. Loot boxes and all other forms of online gambling should be recognized as an official form of gambling, and restrictions should be placed upon companies promoting digital gambling aimed at children. Corporations and advocates for loot boxes and online gambling argue that it is different from physical gambling. In the real world, you bet your own money for a chance at winning more money. However, online gambling puts a spin on this and rather gives you a chance at winning products as opposed to money. Regardless of whether it be winning a product or money directly, you are still exchanging your own money for a chance at winning more than what you put in. The definition of gambling from Merriam-Webster Dictionary states, to play a game for money or property. The very definition of gambling refutes the advocate's argument for loot boxes. Property is entailed under the pretense of gambling, so it is intellectually dishonest to claim that the two forms of gambling are different based on the outcome. Companies who sell these loot boxes to children have fought vigorously to keep online gambling marketed to children legal. Companies such as Electronic Arts, or EA, knowingly advertise loot boxes to children, as it is a profitable business model for them. EA was under criminal investigation by Belgium late in 2018. Belgium claimed that EA's online game FIFA violated Belgium's Gaming Act, which regulates gambling. Belgium has in recent years put stricter regulations on online gambling. As a result, EA lost the case and stopped selling FIFA loot boxes. Belgium has proved that it is possible to shut down these corporations' exploitative schemes and put all forms of gambling under the same law. Legislature similar to Belgium's Gaming Act should be enacted in other parts of the world to further protect minors from gambling. It is clear that minors today are at a great risk of being exposed to underage gambling by these large media corporations. The United States Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, has stated that the number of problem gamblers ages between 11 and 16 has reached 55,000, with a further 70,000 at risk and 450,000 children said to be betting regularly. If legislation similar to Belgium's is adopted in other countries like the US, it must be enforced properly. Companies like Apple already recognize the threat loot boxes pose to children and has taken action to further regulate them on the App Store. The company updated their App Store review guidelines, stating, apps offering loot boxes or other mechanisms that provide randomized virtual items for purchase must disclose the odds of receiving each type of item to the customers prior to purchase. Apple's App Store now mandates developers of the games stating the odds of winning a prize in a loot box, which is a step in the right direction. Regulators are also making an effort to deem certain games and websites which fit the description of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or COPPA, to be banned if they contain loot boxes. This would mean games obviously marketed towards young children would be either taken down or owners of the games and websites would have to remove the gambling aspects. While this is not yet legislature which has been enacted utilizing COPPA to mandate loot boxes in the US would be a significant step in the right direction and may even lead to the termination of online gambling aimed at children in the US. Regulations like what Apple has already passed and the legislature US politicians advocate for could significantly decrease and potentially eradicate underage gambling. Children are the most valued members of our society and must be protected. As they are growing up, It is important that the government ensures they are not exposed to toxic habits early in life. We have laws preventing minors from certain activities for this reason. Governments around the world already recognize the vulnerabilities of children, which is why they cannot drink, smoke, or gamble. Nonetheless, loot boxes and online gambling have been ignored, and after causing irreparable damage to children worldwide, they are finally getting the attention they need. Apple's new terms and conditions, as well as the United States COPPA legislature, are some good examples of ways we can regulate children's online activities. Cases like the EA versus Belgium dispute should prove to other countries that this is a real threat to minors. Governments worldwide should act as Belgium did and oppose loot boxes and all forms of online gambling aimed at children.